Hey everybody, it's Chris Eads, Wootini from the late lamented gaygamer.net, here with another weekly video podcast. This week, unfortunately, I can't talk about any new games, even though there are some, because I haven't even bought them, let alone played them. Because there's a new Wright game out, right? Which normally I would be all over, because I love me some Wright. But I haven't bought it yet, because I'm still in the middle of Style Savvy. Although, to be fair, Style Savvy is one of those games where you just sort of keep playing it. Like, there's no story that you can finish, really. So, like, you just sort of keep playing it. And you play it in little bursts here and there and there and there, in between your other games. So, technically, I guess I could actually buy this new Wright game and it wouldn't kill me. But, I haven't. And, there's also Dragon Quest VII on the 3DS, which I have not played. I've played 8. 8 I love, but I don't want to replay 8. Well, except that I am replaying 8, sort of. I did download it for my tablet for free, as you recall in a previous episode. I talked about that. So it's just sort of sitting there. I haven't really played it in, like, ever. So, because I've already played that one. But I haven't played 7, so I'm curious. And everybody's raving about it. And, you know, I assume if I like 8, I might like 7. I mean, it came before it, so I don't know. Maybe there's gameplay that got refined for 8 that I really liked that was a little rougher in 7. I don't know. But I do love me some turn-based RPGs. Let me know if you think that I would like 7, if it's any good. But everybody's raving about it, and I would like to try it, but I should definitely play Wright before I play Dragon Quest VII, because Wright games I can finish relatively in a decent amount of time, you know what I'm saying? Whereas something like Dragon Quest VII, that's going to take me months and months and months. I mean, I still haven't finished Popolocroy, which, you know, I don't know why that is. I was really into it for a while, and then I just sort of stopped. I should probably keep playing that. But I definitely won't be buying Dragon Quest VII until I finish Popolocroy. In fact, I probably shouldn't even buy Wright until I finish Popolocroy. This is my problem. A new game comes out, I say, oh, I want to play that. But then I've never finished the last game that I bought, so I should probably finish my last game that I bought before I buy the new one. But I have not played... I haven't even played any more Beyond Eyes since the last episode when I talked about finally trying it and playing it for a few hours. I haven't played it at all. My PS4 has been used to play Blu-ray discs and No Man's Sky. Sorry. Although what I wanted to do this week was try to figure out what it is about No Man's Sky that I love, because so many people hate it. Like, there were so many people who were so disappointed in this game, and they're like, accusing Sean Murray and Hello Games and Sony of, like, false advertising and false representation, and they said the game was going to be this and it wasn't that, and how dare you sell it for $60 and blah blah blah. And meanwhile, I'm like, what? Stop annoying. You're annoying me. I'm trying to play No Man's Sky. Stop with your complaining. But it's weird because, like, I freely admit that there's problems in the game. I freely admit. I've said this in previous episodes. You know, that there are problems. And there are certain things they promised that are not in the final game, and there's certain things that would have been good to have in the game. But what is in the game now, I still am obsessed with. I play it practically every day for, like, hours. And I'm really glad that there's no in-game stat for how long you've been playing the game, because I would be terrified to know what that number would be. But what I'm discovering, what I think the thing is the thing that people hate about the game is what I love about the game. And that's the repetition. People complain that every planet is basically the same, and it's the same aliens, and it's the same kinds of buildings, except for the different doors. Because depending on which alien race built it, They all use the same blueprints, but then they go, you know, I just want to tweak the door. So it's our door. That's how you can tell what planet you're on. Like, when you land on a new planet, I mean, you can also go to the space station and see which race it is, but if you just go straight to a planet, the first building you find, you can tell from the door which race is on that planet. But anyway, the thing that it is very repetitive. You land on a planet, and there's similar plants, there's similar looking animals, it's the same exact buildings, same kinds of ruins and everything everywhere. But I kind of like that. And what I've discovered is I kind of liken it to Animal Crossing in a way. Stay with me here. I, as you know, am obsessed with Animal Crossing. I have been playing it every day of my life, basically, since it came out on the GameCube. Way back when. So, the thing with Animal Crossing is, when you first start playing Animal Crossing, everything is new. It's very exciting. There's this is different, that's different. Every day you're catching a new fish, a new bug, you're exploring a new thing, you're meeting a new townsperson, whatever. The new holidays. But after a time, you kind of settle into a routine. And now, you know, especially after the first year, when you've encountered every single special event and holiday, they just repeat. So, it's not special. So every day, I play Animal Crossing, and I walk around and I maintain my town by pulling weeds and watering flowers, etc. Chat with a couple of villagers here and there, whatever. And it's pretty much the same thing every day. And I find that very soothing. And, like, especially after work and stuff, it's nice to just de-stress and walk around, and you know what you have to do, and you just do it, and there's no pressure, and it's like, okay. And then, but there's also a little bit of variety, because you'll run into different villagers, and maybe they'll try to move out, or ask you to deliver a package, or just give you a new nickname, or whatever. So, it's the same things, but they mix it up. So one day, you'll get a new nickname. The next day, a different person will try to move out. So that adds enough variety for me that thank you. It adds enough variety to me that it makes every day slightly different enough that I will play it again for another day. And it's similar. It's kind of a similar thing in No Man's Sky, because you land on a planet and you're going to see the same buildings, the same ruins, the same monuments. The animals will be slightly different, but they're randomly generated, so they're kind of similar. A lot of them are kind of similar, but then sometimes they're like really wild. I ran into like these big dinosaurs that try to eat me now. That was a bit much. But like, you land on a planet, and it's just like, okay, how bad are the Sentinels? Okay, let me try to scan all the plants. Let me try to scan all the animals. Let me learn some new language words from this alien race. And then, okay, I'll just move on to the next planet. And there's not a lot of pressure. And it's very familiar, you know? The routine is familiar, and it's like reassuring. You know what I mean? It's kind of comforting, and you're like, okay, I can just, you know, I'm just going to go around and do this. And it's relaxing, and for me, that's fun. But there is enough variety in that you're learning new words, and that you'll see new creatures, and every planet will have different landscapes, and sometimes similar plants, but sometimes different. And there's always something new to see. And if you don't like that planet, you just move on. Because that's the other thing that I like about No Man's Sky, is that there's like no pressure. I know some people complain that No Man's Sky has no challenge. But to me, there is kind of a challenge. I mean, to be fair, in the beginning, I was trying to play it like a pacifist, and I would run away from all the space fights because I couldn't fight. But then, there were a few where I couldn't run away, so I had no choice but to fight, and a couple of them I died, but a couple of them I won. And now, when I'm attacked in space, I fight back. And, knock wood, I haven't died in a while. I'm getting better at the dogfighting. So, like, I am happy about this, and it's great. And, I'm also fighting back against Sentinels, mostly. When I bust into a building or something and it just summons like one or two, I'll take those down. On the other hand, I was on a planet recently that had the vortex cubes, but not the cool vortex cubes that are just scattered around liberally in caves, because those you can pick up and nobody cares, and they're great. Here, they were like these little spinning red cubes on these pedestals scattered everywhere all over this planet, but the minute you touch it, you get an instant 3-star wanted rating, which gives you 2 flying sentinels and the 1 dog sentinel. And I would just run away. I did try to fight one time and started getting my ass kicked, so I had to run away. So there's still a bit of a challenge for me. You know, and then there's occasionally planets where there's like super harsh weather. So sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to deal with this, and I'll just move on. And then sometimes I'll be like, I'm going to fight it and see how long I can stay on this planet before I run out of supplies. And then, like I said, there's the planet with the dinosaurs that attack me out of nowhere. It was funny because I saw one and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to kill you because you're in between me and the shelter I need to get to. So I started to shoot at him and suddenly I got attacked from the side, just like in frickin' Jurassic Park. They come at you from the side while you're focused on that one. They're sneaky. But there's just enough challenge to keep things interesting, but there's that sense of familiarity and routine that I find extremely comforting and enjoyable. Obviously, that's not going to work for everybody. I get that. But for me, it's awesome. It's like No Man's Sky is my new Animal Crossing. Does that make sense? I do get that there's a lot wrong with the game. But what I'm saying is that what there is in the game, I'm still enjoying, and I play it every day pretty much. It's kind of ridiculous. I am curious, because this past week, I was on a Gek planet, and I was learning words, and then suddenly, the Knowledge Stone told me, you know everything. We have nothing new to teach you. And I realized, oh my god, I have learned every word of Gek in this game. And it's funny because I noticed that at the end, the last bunch of words that I was learning were things like and, to, is, and I'm like, maybe those are kind of important words that you could have let me know earlier, but whatever. So now I have to learn the other 2 languages, and it'll be interesting because I'm kind of obsessed with learning languages. And I like to talk to the aliens, not because they're going to give me anything, because I already have all that stuff, but just to see how much of their language I understand now. So once I've finished all the languages, then I feel like I might start to, like, jump ahead and skip planets, because right now, my gaming OCD won't let me leave a system until I've explored all the planets. But it is good for my gaming OCD because when I'm on a planet, I know I can't explore the whole planet. The game is too vast. So you have to just detach yourself from that and say, I'll do what I can. And there are planets where I'm trying to scan now that they fixed the scanner so you can scan the flying creatures. I've scanned 100% on like 4 or 5 planets. But there are a lot of planets where I explore for a long time and I'm like, you know what, I still have 1 or 2 animals that I haven't found, so screw it, I'm done with this planet, and I move on. And that's very liberating for me, because, you know, I want 100% the animals, but it's taking too long, and I'm starting to get bored with the planet, so I'm going to move on, because I know that there will be plenty more opportunities, as I head for the center of the universe, to find 100% of the animals on any given planet. There's lots of planets to check out, so I don't mind. And like I've said before, I land on a planet and the Sentinels are like extremely aggressive, and I try to scan a tree and it's like, pfft, and I'm like, alright, I'm out of here, never mind. Because I'm also curious because I am in a system now with a black hole, because that's going to let me jump ahead. I'm going to, you know, skip some planets, and, but I went to go to the black hole, but there's planets in that system, so I'm like, well, now I just gotta check out these planets just to see what's on them, then I'll go to the black hole. So I still haven't gone to the black hole. So come back next week, and I'll tell you what happens at the end of the black hole. Because I'm hoping that I get to the next section, or whatever, and I'll be further into the game, so maybe it will get more challenging. And maybe there will be new recipes and new technology, because right now, it's all, I have everything. So I mean, it's very rare that I discover something new that I don't already have, because I've been playing this game so slowly and so methodically that I've collected all the technology and stuff. So it'll be very interesting to see if, when I jump through the black hole, it pushes me forward in the game enough that there's more advanced technology. Probably not, but we'll see. And I'm sure I'll still be enjoying it. So come back next week, and I'll tell you what I find on the other side of the black hole. Until then, oh, and don't forget to tell me if you think I would like Dragon Quest VII if you've played it. And until then, happy gaming. I'll see you then. Bye!